As we step into week 2 of our 21 days of prayer and fasting, we're shifting from stillness to something that sounds simple but often feels difficult. We're talking about pressing in. And let's be honest, pressing in doesn't feel natural either. It feels sometimes vulnerable or risky. Sometimes, honestly, it's just simply hard. It feels like movement when you would rather just stay still. How about this? You decide you want to lean into God and then suddenly you feel tired. You try to pray with a little more intention and distractions show up from every single direction. You set time to pray and something comes up trying to interrupt your focus. Happens to me all of the time. Pressing in feels like it takes more than you have sometimes, doesn't it? And that's exactly why it matters. Because in the kingdom, what feels uncomfortable is often the very thing that forms us. What feels counterintuitive is often the very thing that'll bring us breakthrough. The invitation to press in is really an invitation to recognize and respond to our deep need for God. There's a moment in Mark chapter 5 that captures this better than anything else, in my opinion. The woman with the issue of blood. For 12 years, she lived in pain. 12 years of disappointment, 12 years of shame, silence, and being ignored. She had an internal reason to stay hidden. Maybe it was fatigue, discouragement, fear. She had all the external reasons to stay away, the crowd, the rules, the pressure saying like, hey, you don't even belong here. But something woke up inside of her, something deeper than comfort, something truer than fear. It was a deep need. She wasn't strong. She was desperate. And her desperation, it moved her. The truth is, you and I, we are just as desperate. The problem is we rarely slow down long enough to actually feel it. Her awareness of her need is what drew her to Jesus. Ours often gets buried under noise, comfort, routine, busyness. Scripture says many people touched Jesus that day, but only one received his power. Why? Because she wasn't showing up out of habit or curiosity. She was reaching from a place of deep need, a need that finally surfaced and a need that only he could heal. That need moved her. This is the heart of pressing in, movement toward Jesus, born out of a deep need for Jesus. And this is where fasting becomes a companion to the journey, not the focus, but the support. When we fast, our bodies remind us of its need, doesn't it? Hunger shows up, weakness shows up, that ache in your stomach becomes a built-in reminder that I need something outside of myself to live. That physical reality points to a spiritual truth that we often forget. Just like our bodies need food, our souls desperately need God. Desperately, constantly, more than we even realize. But noise, comfort, routine, they tend to just quiet that awareness. Fasting brings it back to the surface, not to make God move, but to help us remember how much we need him, to wake us up to what is already true. Comfort resists movement, but the Spirit compels it. So as we step in to this week, here's the simple invitation. Take one step to help you press in. Not 10 steps, not a giant leap, just one step toward Jesus. Here's what I want to encourage you to do. Choose scripture over scrolling. Choose worship over worry. Choose to pray even when you'd rather eat. Let the deep need inside of you, the one that God is awakening, lead you closer to him. A deep need for God will move you further than comfort ever will. This is where pressing in begins. It is one small step at a time.